we're live. Talkin Baloney.
Talkin Baloney.
Jim Deezy. Looks like you're driving.
I'm driving to a secured location right now in the quarantine zone. We don't want any, we don't want to ruffle any legal feathers. So we're making sure that we are in a safe and secure, keeping a good distance away from everybody.
Any traffic out there?
Traffic is a little on the heavy side right now.
Really?
Well, I'm at a grocery store parking lot, and you know how the idiots are when it comes to going to a grocery store. Yeah.
Yeah. We probably have to do something about that.
Oh, yeah. I'm watching everybody coming out of the grocery store right now, and they have no masks on.
Let's see.
No PPE. Oh, here, let's take a look.
Okay.
And as everybody knows, we're at Tops Grocery Store, where apparently they didn't get the memo about practicing PPE products.
Looks a little windy out there.
It is a tad on the windy side, so it's blowing the corona around so that everybody gets a little bit of it.
Plenty to go around.
Oh, there's a lot. And I got a bad feeling there'll be a second wave of it coming around at some point.
Good times.
Hey, looks like we're streaming live with a good signal today, and this
looks pretty good right now.
Crystal clear. We got the wine and spirits right across the way if we need to, really spice it up if we need to.
Well, they're open.
Oh, they're open.
Essential.
People can't get through this lockdown without a little alcohol.
So, Jim, today's show. Last week we talked about Chris Farley.
Oh yeah.
I thought today, how about John Candy?
Ooh, another icon of the 80s and 90s. Well, actually the 80s and going back into the 70s a little bit as well.
That's right.
Yeah. Little Uncle Buck. Little Great Outdoors. Oh.
What's the first movie you think of with John Candy? Is it Uncle Buck?
I'm going to have to say The Great Outdoors.
Yeah. Big Bear. Big Bear.
Big Bear chase me.
Big Bear.
Yes. Uncle Roman. Wasn't that Dan Aykroyd's character in that movie?
That's correct. Roman? Yeah.
And the two little kids.
The two twin girls who fell down the well. Had to be saved.
Now, if the bear would have ate them, it would have been more of a slasher movie. But we kept it family friendly and wholesome. There was also a movie that John Candy did back in the 80s where he was a private investigator.
Who's Harry Crumb?
Who's Harry Crumb? Oh my God, I haven't seen that forever.
Yeah, that is an underrated movie. I don't think it did anything at the box office, but John Candy at his
definitely
best.
Should have gotten an Oscar. Yeah, should have gotten an Oscar. Yeah, hands down. If you have not seen it, Baloney Nation, you need to go back and watch Who's Harry Crumb with John Candy. Breakout movie. I think it set off his whole career.
It was kind of a combination of Fletch with the different costumes and outfits, and a movie like The Naked Gun with just the over-the-top comedy.
He's had quite a few movies. Obviously, The Great Outdoors and Uncle Buck really jump out, and people, that's what they recognize him from. But man,
I'm gonna name some movies, and you can just give me your thoughts. Spaceballs.
Awesome.
He played the half man, half dog.
That's right. Yes. Oh my God. He was Bartholomew.
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 Barf, for
Remember?
short.
Barf, short. Great movie. Great movie.
Now, his movie career kind of started with cameos. You saw him in bit parts in some big movies. I think most famously, National Lampoon's Vacation.
Oh yeah, he was the roller coaster security guard.
That's right.
At the, at the park.
The moose out front should have told you.
Yes, Wally World, the security guard. Oh man, awesome! I completely forgot about that scene.
Yeah, that was probably the first time I really remember him in a movie. Mm-hmm. He also did Splash with Tom Hanks, where he played like the best friend, comedy sidekick.
I never got into that movie Splash. I mean, I get it; it was an early Tom Hanks film, a lot of cameos from a lot of people in that movie, but just a chick just washing up on the, just that doesn't
happen. If a customer wants a pickle, you give them a pickle, right?
I just don't. It's not my cup of tea.
So that's a movie that's on Disney Plus right now.
Oh, yep, I do have Disney Plus.
Kind of gained some traction on social media because Disney has done some edits to it.
Of course.
There was a little bit of nudity in the original movie that Disney kind of nixed out.
Sad. We got to take away. Can't have anything anymore. It's got a swear word in it. You got to cut it out. You got a little bit of nudity in it. You got to cut it out. I can remember back in the day, if there was a little nude scene, my dad would say, "Move over."
How about?
Yep, I can remember being introduced to our first porno movie with my Aunt Annie and Uncle Kevin. Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Is there another
man take on that? He remembers the channel and everything.
So this was a family gathering.
Family affair. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Matter of fact, I think it was a holiday too.
What better way to bring a family together?
Yep.
Hey kids, you want to see some porn?
Yep.
So another.
I can remember Go ahead.
I was going to get back on topic.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
How about
John Candy?
Planes, trains, automobiles.
With oh my gosh,
Steve Martin.
Holy cow, Steve Martin from Saturday. Back from his, that was still around the time of Saturday when he was doing Saturday Night Live. Still.
Not really. It was like later '80s.
Was it? Okay. Man, great movie again. Actually, you know what? I just remembered. Wasn't John Candy in Home Alone?
He was. That's another one of those cameos.
Yep, the Polish band.
That's
the back
right.
Of the back of the truck. Yep.
I think with planes, trains, and automobiles, it's like a holiday tradition now. I think around Thanksgiving, you see it every year. It's on TV.
I will say that Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and Home Alone without John Candy, just another C-rated movie.
Big time.
He brought it all together. I mean, did we really care about Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone if John Candy wasn't in it? No.
It's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
Later part of his career, the movie quality kind of went down a little. He did have Only the Lonely. It's kind of a romantic comedy. And he did Delirious, Hot to Try.
He did a movie with like Muriel Hemingway or something, right? She was like a actress in one of his movies, I think. Now, he had a movie where he was a security guard, too.
Armed and Dangerous with Eugene Levy.
Dangerous. Yes. Yeah. I remember that. Great movie.
That's more from his heyday. That was a good one.
Meg Ryan was in that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here's another blast from the past. Summer Rental.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Summer Rental. Oh, yes, I remember that movie too. They hold on, they had the place where they were at, where everybody was using the yard to go down to the beach all the time.
That's right.
I remember that.
And it came down to a boat race, like a regatta,
Yes. Yep.
and they were able to pull out the win by getting the extra sail strength assist
Wasn't that
from a pair of his
boxers,
pants.
right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Yep. Oh, classic. Yeah.
So I think probably the last big movie in terms of like it was a hit that he was in was Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings, the Jamaican bobsled team.
That's right.
Yeah,
He was like their coach, mentor.
Yep, I remember that. I remember the classic ending where the bobsled, flipped and crashed, and then they carried it across the finish line. And, I get it. I do.
Yeah.
Based
It's a
on a
good
true
movie.
story, right? Yeah. Was it based on a true story?
It was.
That's what I thought.
It was based on the story to the extent that Jamaica did have a bobsled team. I don't know about the results.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, he did a lot of movies then.
He did a lot of movies. A lot of classics. Movies you watch all the time.
Listen, I just watched The Great Outdoors. If you're one of those people that's fortunate to have, Showtime or something after you forgot to cancel it when you got your subscribed to a new satellite company, you still have it now and you're still paying for it every month. You just don't feel like calling to cancel it. You get to watch Great Outdoors and Uncle Buck. It's one of the two movies they show just about every other day.
There's one more movie. I don't know if you saw this one. It's one of the biggest box office bombs of the 90s. Nothing But Trouble. Familiar with this one?
Nothing But Trouble. Dan Aykroyd plays the crazy judge in the middle of a junkyard or on top of some kind of gas field.
Yeah.
Cool movie. And he plays the sister. He dresses up as the sister or something in that movie, right?
Yep.
And if I remember correctly, Chevy Chase is in that movie.
Chevy Chase and Demi Moore.
Demi Moore is in that movie as well. And Dan Aykroyd's character, he plays like 3 characters in that movie.
Oh, at least.
Because him and Dan Aykroyd are the two pudgy diaper-wearing, goofy characters in the junkyard.
Yeah.
And then he plays the sister as well. And then Dan Aykroyd's the judge. But I remember, the Chevy Chase has got the BMW that gets pulled over. And I forget who the cop is. The cop, I think the cop is him as well, isn't it? Or no?
Dan Aykroyd?
Is the cop Dan Aykroyd or Chevy or John Candy?
I don't remember.
I think it's John Candy, the one that pulls him over.
So that was a
That's
movie.
a great movie.
It's a great movie?
That's a great movie. I love that movie.
I think we might have seen that movie
I
at
think
the
we went and saw
Heights
that movie
Theater.
at 123 at the Heights Theater. Yeah, no fire. You know what? Man, that's classics right there. You can't, and I'm sure there's going to be some Baloney Nation out there that disagrees with us or disagrees with me. And you know what? Hey, we'll still listen to your feedback. We're not going to air it, but we'll still listen to your feedback.
I think it's a movie that has a really bad reputation, but it has a lot of funny parts. And it kind of lives on. You hear people talk about it all the time, like, because they'll stumble across it on cable and be like, what the heck is this?
Yeah. I love it. Great movie. I completely forgot about that until you said the title.
Yeah. I haven't seen it probably since that night at the Heights Theater 29 years ago.
I have seen it within the last 5 years. I can swear to you on that one. I've seen it in the last 5 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Nice little
Awesome.
walk down memory lane with John Candy.
Awesome. John Candy.
Yeah, one of the best. We lost him in 1994, March.
94. 2 years after we graduated high school.
Yeah, crazy. It's been a while. All right, we're going to come back with more on Baloney Nation. And we're back, talking baloney.
Welcome back, Baloney Nation.
So we're going to have a special guest all the way from the VA, the Madd Dogg.
The Madd Dogg, a.k.a. the little bro.
That's right. Well, we're going to talk to him in about a minute. But before that, Jim, you want to let us know?
Yeah, we're going to give a quick little in memoriam, a shout out to the Uncle Vincenzo, who left us a week or so ago, and we want to give a shout out. He was a great family man, and actually a little bit like he was our godfather, so to speak. He was the man that believed in family and friendships, and we want to give a quick little shout out to him on Baloney Nation, and let everybody know that the man has moved on, but he's not forgotten. One of the great ones.
Yeah.
Gone too soon.
Yeah. Sad to hear. Obviously, condolences to his family. You guys. Tough stuff.
Yeah, tough stuff right now, but he's in a better place now, and but he was a big member of the family, and not sure if he ever had a chance to catch one of our podcasts yet, but I'm sure he's watching someplace.
That's right.
Yep.
And
shout out to the Vincenzo, man. We'll be pouring one out for you tonight.
Well, because you made a social commentary about my white beard, and I have to respond by making a commentary about your non-beard.
You see this mole right here? This mole grows hair on a regular basis.
Long enough for you to braid it. I get it, bro. I'm just saying. So, is everyone okay up in New York with the coronavirus going down? Is everyone good? I'm just asking. I mean, I'm checking out my folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are safe so far. I am coming to you live right now, if you can't see this, from the Tops grocery store parking lot in the quarantine zone. only because Verizon LTE means it might work. It most likely will not work. But Verizon can still be a sponsor. Send us checks.
I'm coming at you live from my backyard at the moment. That's a big point of discussion here. Is I'm live from the zone of hopefully no quarantine. This is my pond, and I'm enjoying from my zen-like status at the moment. If you're looking, there are some fish there somewhere. We're raising the fish in case we got to eat them down the road if we can't get to the grocery store. So it'll help
Good
us
plan.
somewhat.
Good plan. You should get some ducks too.
Yeah, I should. Except for the household is mostly vegetarian or vegan now. So I do have to tell you guys on a baloney related subject. Okay. I did order some bologna, and the last couple times I ordered it now, they haven't had it at Kroger since I bought my 5 pounds of bologna the one time. They didn't have bologna. So we're going to see if I get my bologna today when I go pick my order or not. So we'll see.
So are you going to talk to customer service if they don't have this product for you?
No, because there's a delay in customer service discussions now because of the high volume according to the app. So what I did was I found another location. I'll give a shout out to Wegmans right now. That Wegmans does Instacart, and basically I'm going to be Can you guys see me now?
Is that an EFA shirt?
Yeah.
Is that an EFA Blue Devil shirt?
Yeah, man, dude.
Wow.
That's right. Represent,
yeah, dude. Matthew. Hey, Madd Dogg. EFA.
Yeah, no. Is it too dark in here?
EFA.
I got no lights on. Jim, could you get out of the car and do a leg kick for us?
Madd Dogg.
Yes, sir.
How's the fitness challenge?
I'm down 22 pounds officially right now.
Wow.
Yeah. If it wasn't inappropriate, I would show you my belt loop and stuff like that. But, my belt's on me at the moment. But, yeah, I'm down 22 pounds.
Show. It's a family-rated show.
I've been sending Jim Kesey pictures of my belt loops. And actually, you know what? Since we are inside, I'm going to show you. This is where I started, okay? And that's where I am now. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that or not. See that?
Yeah.
Starting point, this finger. End point right here. As of today, I'm right there. So by my estimates, that's about almost 5.5, 6 inches I've lost off the waist.
Wow.
So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling my healthiest I've ever felt, and that I can remember because I'm old. But I feel like almost 2001, maybe. You know what I mean? Maybe something like that. I don't know. Maybe 97. I don't know. But I just know I feel better.
Well,
I feel a lot better having had stomach issues and stuff.
How about you do the leg kick and then kick it up to your hand and then hold that position?
No, I don't think I can do that because that doesn't. Just because you lose you're getting healthy doesn't mean your flexibility has increased any.
Yeah, I've never had any flexibility at all.
What? That seems to be a family trait right there. Is a lack of flexibility in our family. I think it has something to do with the disproportionate arm and leg sizes and torso sizes of our family.
Yep.
Yes, we're like a combination of a Hobbit. If you look at a Hobbit and maybe, I don't know, Andre the Giant. I mean, if you combine the two, that's kind of what we look like in some regards.
I must get me precious.
me precious toes. I think it's a common trait. Go ahead, bro.
We border on the lines of Sasquatch and trolls and...
Yeah. So if you ever have the awesome opportunity of seeing our mother's feet, okay, you can always tell which way is north because her toes are always pointing up.
Yep. She mastered the bare feet long before it was even a thing.
Yeah. So before those shoes came out, she would walk around barefoot all the time, and her toes were always pointing north. And I think that's a family trait. If I see it with my own kids, it's like their toes want to go north all the time. And I think because of our hobbit feet and how we have to keep our balance with our hobbit feet. We're also gifted with a wide foot, so now you have like built-in paddles on your feet. You really don't need like flippers if you go swimming because you have really wide feet. Yeah, so
we're also gifted with really big mouth. That's because we're like the little baby birds in the nest waiting to get fed, so we had to chirp really loud when we were younger.
Yeah, like feed me. and if there were a lot of us in the house though. Remember, there were 6 of us in the house, and if we were feeding the neighborhood family, of course, it'd be more. And we would have it divided down to we each got our 5 slices of pizza every Friday, payday Friday, and then we'd fight over the last 3 or 4 or 5 pizzas. I don't remember how many were in it. So remember those days there, bro.
If people would remember, Pudgy's Pizza has been a staple in our family since the 80s, the early 80s,
81 probably, because that's when we moved to Elmira. Yeah, so. Somewhere around there. So Pudgy's Pizza, Pudgy's Good Time Pizza and Subs too. You know what I mean? Shout out to a new sponsor.
EFA.
Now, if you wouldn't mind sending some Pudgy's hot wing sauce down to Virginia, I'd be happy to,
I will get that done. By the way, Pudgy's now sells hand sanitizer.
Really?
In their own little Pudgy's bottles.
See, now that's classic. I do have my Pudgy's pizza. What is it called again? What are the deodorizer in my car for that I hang on my mirror, and I'm advertising all the time. So if Pudgy's wants to get in down in Virginia, just contact the Madd Dogg through the social media element. I don't know if they can do it through Talkin Baloney or not, but if you're interested in being a sponsor,
absolutely.
contact the big guy there. Through social media. Again, that'd be Pudgy's Good Time Pizza and Subs.
And we're on Twitter at Baloney Talking.
There you go. We heard it first.
So Madd Dogg.
Yes, sir.
Today we're talking John Candy.
Oh, classic. Give
us some of your favorite John Candy moments.
I think the classic moment that comes to mind, because my kids and I just watched The Great Outdoors a few weeks ago. We were talking about it today. And actually, we were talking about it. It was like the part where he goes water skiing is totally something our family would do, Like, we would totally do. But I think the biggest thing for me in most of the John Candy movies I've seen is I love the fact that he's a family man. He's almost on the level of Clark Griswold, He's trying to, whether it's Summer Rental, I believe, right, is one, or The Great Outdoors. Those are the only ones I can think of right now. He's always about being the family man. Uncle Buck, family man, trying to make it. It's like that commonality in all of his movies are he's trying to always be the good family man, but just messes up, or he's outside the normal family guy, But he's always about that family piece for me.
So
and that's what I love.
This is where I'm heading.
I kind of model myself after him and even Clark Griswold somewhat, and from the National Lampoon's movies, because I'm trying to, those are characters with flaws, but their love of things comes through in everything they do, And
John Candy was in Vacation.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, yes, he was. He was. Where was he again at?
Wally World.
Come on, thank you. Jeez, I was waiting for that one. It's a delay there. So there's like a 6 degrees of separation thing going on between what I said in the beginning and what I'm saying now. It's pretty cool.
And did you ever see Nothing But Trouble?
I think I did, actually. Is that the one with Demi Moore in it? And
yeah. Chevy Chase.
Yeah. We went and saw it. We saw it at the Heights Theater. The Heights 1, 2, 3 Theater in Elmira.
I remember seeing that. That's been so many years ago, though. Was Dan Aykroyd was in that too, wasn't he?
He's the judge. He's the judge with the big nose.
There you go, see?
If I remember right, the band in the movie is Digital Underground, who sang the Humpty Dance.
There you go. And they had a music video to it as well. Remember? It was on MTV when MTV played music videos.
Not to blow your mind, but I believe Tupac is in the movie as well.
Tupac Shakur is in the movie.
Wow.
It's got a soundtrack that's like lived on way beyond the movie.
Well, now I have to research it later on and listen to it, because I'm in the classic 80s and 90s right now. I'm going through the decades at the moment for music listening, because currently it's kind of music industry is getting stale. You know what I mean? There we are. I said it. I'm going to say it again. Kind of getting stale.
Air high five. Air high five.
Oh,
yeah. Dude, the 80s and 90s rule, man. They do.
Well, there's a lot of recycling going on in music and movies from the older movies that are relevant now, but when you try to put the modern spin on it, they just don't carry over, you know. And I guess that's something that's difficult to watch today, you know.
Yeah. You know what? Not only so you had Chevy Chase in Nothing But Trouble, Demi Moore, Tupac, Dan Aykroyd. You also had, let's see, Digital Underground. You had
Tupac.
Yeah, but who were the actors in the beginning of the movie? There was another whole bunch of like actors and actresses in the beginning that just made an appearance. Now I can't remember any of them. Damn it.
I think it's time for an 80s marathon with my family of movies I watched growing up. We did watch Droonies with them and Andy my little boy didn't like it when the body fell out of the freezer. So, but we since have watched the movie again. He has liked it. My little girl has not seen that yet, so which is kind of crazy. So that might be something good for us to watch during this quarantine time.
It's a great movie.
Yeah,
Goonies, phenomenal.
Hey, guys.
Don't. There are some similarities. Another classic movie.
Go out in the front of your car and do the truffle shuffle.
Nope.
No?
Oh, come on, bro. Go out in the front of the car.
Listen, if I do the truffle shuffle, that'll end up putting you on some kind of watch list.
I think that could go viral. I'm going to tell you that. Okay? Yeah, I think that would go viral.
Sure, probably would. Yeah.
And the memes that would come from that would be crazy.
It's for the good of the show.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm all about ratings, but not at my expense.
You saw what Jack Black did.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that was awesome.
See? It's about making people laugh during this time of craziness there, bro. Come on.
If a customer wants a pickle, you give them a pickle, right?
Make you laugh without talking politics, no religion. It's a politic-free zone. Talking family, baloney, being stupid.
Great beer. The countdown is on for me on whether or not I get my baloney today. That's a big question right now. Okay, I mean, I put in for 3 different kinds of baloney, thinking I might get one type of baloney out of this. So I had to rank it between. They didn't sell Wonder Bar, another potential sponsor for the program, but they also had an Oscar Mayer beef bologna, which is a good substitute for me. And then I went ahead and I added Boar's Head olive loaf bologna because that was available according to them. So I added those 3 options, and I think only one's available right now.
And you know what goes good with bologna? A pickle. A nice full pickle,
right?
All right. We're going to take a break.
All right.
Back. Talkin
That
Baloney.
sounds good.
If a customer wants a pickle, you give them
Did you
a
not
pickle,
like my
right?
trash talking? Is that what it is, huh? Did my trash talk get to you, bro? I mean...
And we're back. Talkin Baloney. Jim Deezy. Special guest.
Hey!
The Madd Dogg. Jim, what's going on there?
Stay safe, America. Stay safe. I just had a suspected COVID-19 guy just walked by me, so I'm just in case my air ventilation system in my mobile office sucked it up. I don't want it in the car.
So my question is, why are you down at Top's parking lot?
Well, it's a Verizon story actually, because Verizon 4G LTE doesn't. So as the Verizon customer service will tell you, 5 bars does not necessarily mean a good signal. That's what your phone is suspected of doing. It doesn't mean it's a reality.
Got it.
Yeah, so in other words, if your phone says 5 bars, it could really only mean 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Verizon is trash. So this is the only place I get a good signal, down here in the parking lot in the quarantine zone.
How's business down there? Can we get a look?
Well, actually, business is booming. You can see there's a couple carts floating through the parking lot right now on their own. Actually, the lady just ran out and grabbed them. So yeah, we're it's definitely not an area you want to be in. If you do go shopping, you are required to have a mask on now when you go shopping anywhere, which you should. They do 1 entrance in and 1 exit out. Funny story real quick. I said to Madd Dogg last night, You can't have one hatchet. You got to have two, because when the zombies start coming, you got to be able to swing from all angles.
It's double tap.
Yeah, double tap.
All right. We're going to talk a little hot topics.
All right.
So the debate on Twitter, what's better, Cheez-It or Goldfish?
Ah.
Wow.
That's a tough one. I'm going to say Cheez-Its.
Well, see, I'm going to go intellectual here and say, what type of Cheez-It or Goldfish? See,
I think we're going classic cheddar.
Okay. Then I'm going to go Cheez-It myself, too.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Well, Cheez-It, they coat their crackers with more cheese-like elements. You know what I mean? So I think that's why I'll go with Cheez-Its.
Okay.
I'm going to go
like,
Cheez-It only
like
because
Goldfish, you can eat a lot more of them. You'll just
they're
plow
smaller.
through.
And they're full of air.
Yes. So you love fishies because they're so delicious. I'm just saying, right? That's what I'm hearing you say.
That's great. I will prefer the Cheez-Its just because they're succulent in the way that they are wrapped in cheddar and salt and wonderment and goodness in your mouth.
If a customer wants a pickle, you give them a pickle, right?
Wow.
So another thing that everyone's tweeting about, the Michael Jordan documentary. Looking forward to it? The Last Dance. 10 parts, 10 hours.
Yes, and I'm actually been watching a lot of the stuff on Facebook about this thing coming out, and I do think it's going to spark some discussions about who is the greatest of all time, and it's going to really highlight who he is. And I guess the first 5 minutes is available. So I want to watch the first 5 minutes, I think, today because it's been released. I guess the first 5 minutes.
It debuts tonight, 9 o'clock.
It is. Oh, it is really okay. Even better.
So first off, the greatest of all time was me.
Eating chicken wings. Yes. Okay. Gotcha. Yes.
The finger roll was unstoppable in the day. Unstoppable.
That's true.
No. Yeah, Michael Jordan had a really good finger roll. Yes, he did.
I also had a good finger roll. I also had a good no-look pass. I also had a good jump shot. Now, my brother here also had a good no-look pass because he never passed the ball.
Here's what happens to my older brother here. He tends to wander and meander in fields that he just doesn't know anything about. It's like looking at a cornfield and calling it tomato plants. You know what I mean? That's kind of what he's like at this point.
So you disagree with his assessment of his own game?
Yes, I totally disagree. Now, I will give him a shout out. How about this? In the interest of being nice during this quarantine time, I will admit my brother did have a good finger roll. Okay, but that was only because he had the big guy in the middle opening up the hole for him all the time. Okay, so like Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, there would be no Jim Kesey's finger roll without a big guy in the middle providing support. You see, if not just
and
space.
I'm going to give a shout out to the big guy for keeping my lane open for me back in the day.
I don't think Jim Kesey, being the selfish basketball player that he is, has ever given the proper shout out to the big guy for all these years of protecting him in the lane. You know what I mean? So shout out to the big guy right there. I'm just saying. Can we do a 10-part documentary about Jimmy's basketball game?
Oh, we need 20. Give me 20.
Yeah, it would all be, yep, I'm the greatest. Yep, I'm the greatest. Oh, I lost to Matthew about, I don't know, every time I played him in the last 20 years. But go ahead. Hey,
Jim, I must say, you used to have an awesome Charles Barkley jersey you would wear.
I did. I remember that. Yep. Yeah. Gerber's Grill too. Remember?
Oh, used to dominate
Gerber's Grill. I love Gerber's. So I'm going to release some footage, I think, to the Talkin Baloney Nation of the last time Jim Kesey and I played basketball that was recorded by a young video maker named Andy. And I might have to release that footage so we can actually have that to take a look at, because it's unedited. It's unedited, and it's the last time we actually played. So maybe I release that footage there, Jim Kesey. What do you think?
Unfortunately, due to binding law agreements and contracts.
Sorry. So back to the original question after my older brother has meandered off on his mind-wandering trance. Yes, I am looking forward to the Michael Jordan release today. It's going to be awesome to watch the show.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Madd Dogg.
Oh, you're welcome. I loved it. I love being on here.
Thanks, Madd Dogg.
I feel honored to be on the show. I do. And if you could just work on the contractual agreements with Jimmy's significant other, just to kind of loosen the restrictions, maybe we can get some more current and relevant and optimistic guests on the show. I'm just saying.
We are the number one rated podcast in all of the Tri-County area.
So what exactly is the Tri-County area? It sounds like Finney's suburbia, the Tri-State area.
Oh, whatever 3 counties we happen to be in when we're filming.
Wait a minute. That gives you Henrico County in Virginia then, I believe.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Oh.
Number one podcast filmed in a Tops parking lot.
Well, thank you, gentlemen.
All right.
Thank you, Madd Dogg.
Stay safe.
Thanks, Madd Dogg. Draw.